Sorry, what is your this is your wife. This is wife when I go my. Hello, viewers. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today on Talk Sports. Yes, it's a cozy and a rainy day over here in Abuja, Nigeria, and it's just an amazing day to still talk sports regardless of the weather. A whole lot has been happening in the local scene, international scene, Euros, transfer market, Premier League, all of that. A whole lot has been going on, and you trust TalkSport is definitely going to bring you the big story. So we are going to be starting from the, as usual, home front. And to even shock you, I'm not alone today in the studio. I've got Mr. Clinton Abo here with me. It's very good to have you join me on TalkSport. Good morning.
Thank you very much on a wet, beautiful day like this in Abuja.
Yes.
I'm glad to be on the program, Talk Sports.
Despite the rain, you still came here for the love of sports. That's passion right there. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's kick it off from the home scene. Yes, we'll be talking about the Super Oshola. Super Eagles striker Asisat Oshola recorded another first for her club, Bay FC, by converting their first penalty in history, which secured them a 1-0 win away from raising Louisville FC on Saturday. Yes, so the 29-year-old who continued to excite wonder and admiration in the National Women's Soccer League thus sets her third record as the new club, having scored their first goal, which secured them the first win in the U.S. Women's Top Flight, a game 1 week triumph as Angel FC on March 18 at BMO Stadium, Los Angeles, California. The reigning and record 6-time African Women's Player of the Year once again etched her name in the history books at Leanne Family Stadium, Louisville, Kentucky, on Saturday to clinically converting the 76-minute spot kick that secured them the maximum points in the game week 15 futures. It was her third goal for the team, newcomers, all to which are recorded on the road. She was also a target at Angel FC on game 1. That's the first week. So Asisat Oshola doing it great for the Super Eagles. She did it great in Barcelona, and now she's in the United States of America doing it well. Are you surprised to be seeing reactions or performance like this from Asisat?
Well, that shows how much the women football have gone from one level to another level, and then keeping Nigeria ahead of time. Shola has been a very, very superlative player at all time, and she has convinced the world to say that she's a great player for the Super Falcon. And at any time, the Green White Green will be seen, and she's a superb girl. She deserved the award, and it was a clear penalty, and she wasted no time than to give her side the desired 3 points that gave them the day.
It's a very bad thing for you to put Asisat Oshola on the spot and then just with a one-on-one with the goalkeeper or a spot kick. Just trust it. You can just go to sleep and be rest assured that she's going to net it. So still moving on, let's move on to Rivers United clears the air on Finidi George and Paco Rumors. Nigerian Professional Football League side Rivers United have denied reports linking former Enyimba and Super Eagles coach Finidi George as well as ex-Rangers coach Imam and Makpo to the club, following the dismissal of the long-serving coach Stanley Ebom last season. The 2022 NFL Nigerian Professional League champions were guided until the end of the season by the head coach Evans Ogene, but rumors about Finidi George and Makpo taking charge at the Port Harcourt side has been rife recently in the wake of speculation as well as other rumors revolving around the transfer of some of their players. Media officer of the team, Charles Marcos, described this report as baseless. So, there's just been a lot that has been happening with Finidi George lately, with the Super Eagles, with Victor Osimhen. Now, this one again coming out with Rivers United. How do you think Finidi George is faring with all of these stories coming up back and forth?
Well, I consider all this as distraction to a man like Finidi George, who has seen it all, a coach that is expected to be respected. And if you want me to look at the issue between him and his player, I think players are under coaches. Irrespective of where you find yourself, this is a player who we saw him in his days of playing, and now he's a coach, and even went as far as being the coach of the national team, and then a player would not just rubbish his integrity for all this while. Coming back home here, Finidi George is a very good player that has done so much in the domestic league, and they're highly respected. Everywhere United is over with him, let them say it's over, but I'm sure that this is a coach that can even go beyond the country. Having won to the national team, he saw it, he won the African Cup of Nations, he became a coach of the Super Eagles. Of course, he played 2 matches, 1 draw, and away defeat. That doesn't make him a bad coach, if you ask me. He's still there.
Do you think the NFF jumped the gun by saying they want to, get someone else to, manage the team while Finidi George is still on the job?
No, I don't think the NFF is wrong, because looking at the scoreboard, the scoreboard wasn't enough. In fact, many Nigerians believe that where we are today is the fault of Coach Finidi George. And of course, anybody who want to reposition. Where they got it wrong, or where he got it wrong, was one, refusing to accept to work under a foreign jurisdiction, and then secondly, not allowing him to complete the remaining 6 games, because as we teach now, Nigeria qualification to the World Cup is no longer in the hands of Nigerians. So everything needed, and of course, distinguished Senator John Owen Eno, the Honorable Sport Minister, will not let go this if he doesn't take action. So I want to welcome the decision of the Honorable Minister, as well as the Nigerian Football Federation, to get us a substantive coach that will ensure that the Super Eagles qualify for Mexico, and of course Canada 2026 FIFA World Cup. But long overdue, we are still expecting the announcement of a substantive coach for the Super Eagles. That's not too good, if you ask me. Yes. The delay is causing so much harm.
Yes, the delay is actually causing so much harm, because it looks as if our house currently is not in order. But before we divert or go away, a whole lot has been happening. Ex-internationals, ex-legends of the Super Eagles have come out to debunk what Victor Osimhen did. But Victor Osimhen, in his own defense, he said he had conversation videos, and a whole lot were just on the social media flying around that he had a conversation with Finidi George about his injury, and not forgotten that this injury was the one he sustained during African Cup of Nations in January. So now, Finidi George coming out to say that he cannot beg Victor Osimhen to play for the Super Eagles. Was he trying to throw him under the bus, or because of the fact that a whole lot of Nigerians are not happy with the current state of the Super Eagles, might not qualify? Do you think Finidi George was trying to play the blame game?
Well, we cannot confirm that those words were words of a respected coach, Finidi George. I still stand being corrected. I strongly doubt. And I also believe that some of those words attributed to Osimhen were not really his position over his own coach. Because I've seen the relationship from the footage we have seen. They have a very good relationship. But defeat is a major problem. Nigerians are not happy over the scoreline. The coaches and the players are also not very, very happy. But I don't think the manner at which the media is blowing it is exactly what is there on ground. I do not think Finidi did a thing like that. And if he did, then we should put it behind and forge ahead. Qualifying of the World Cup is very, very important. But knowing that we failed to qualify in Qatar last edition of the World Cup, it's so big for Nigeria to miss out the World Cup.
Yeah, Nigeria is so big of a brand, not just a brand, but a team not to qualify for World Cup. But what is your take and your decision on the ground fact that the NFF wants to get a foreign coach? Don't we have capacity? We have people like Daniel Omokachi. Don't we have local coaches who can be able to manage those great talents that we have in the Super Eagles and then take us further to qualify, or maybe even advance to the knockout stages in the World Cup?
Well, I do not think Nigeria and Africa have not reached the peak of a handling national team. We saw Cameroon went to the Olympics and came home with the Olympic gold medal. Nigeria went to the African Cup of Nations in 2013 of the blessed memory of Stephen Keshi, and we won the African Cup of Nations. At the last edition of the FIFA of the African Cup of Nations, the host country won that cup with a coach who was even sent back, and I'm talking about the Ivorian coach who went ahead. But we are up there. We are we are overdue. We are overdue, but that does not mean that every ex-international can be able to handle the national team. Don't forget that Nigeria has a team that has a lot of professional players on court. Some of them could be a little bit richer, and some of them could claim and so that respect is not there. I'm not saying that we do not have a local coach that can take the place, but the position that we are now is quite. We need a coach that can command respect in the national team. We need a coach that has a history of a national team. We need a coach that can read the match. We need a coach that truly has a strong prophetic power with the team. And if we have such a coach, then the chances of we winning the remaining 6 matches, and then we could fly our flag at the World Cup. Otherwise, we'll have to blame.
Okay, what do you think? You know, I just want us to dwell, because this hasn't been really trashed so much, because a whole lot of people are still saying things. So we just want to know, what do you think Finidi George would have done differently? Because we saw he brought in a few home-based players, and then they started the matches. Do you think that contributed to the fact that we had a draw in the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, and again went to Ivory Coast, and then we lost to 2-0?
If you ask me to assess his 2 matches, I would say they were all poor. A draw at home in your own home. If you ask me in the World Cup qualifier, I would say that is the defeat. And the away defeat to Benin Republic is also a major one. So I do not think at that moment Finidi did everything right for that Super Eagles. Because this is not a game that you need time to prepare. This is a game that you go all out for winning. As I speak to you, I keep saying the World Cup qualifier for Nigeria is not in our hands.
Yes.
Bafana will do everything possible. And the question I want to ask the Nigerian Football Federation, why did they accept to play that match at that time of the day? We are known for playing our matches in the afternoon, which is our traditional time as a host country. And people said the Confederation of African CAF said the match should be played in the evening. That was an advantage of the visitors from South Africa. No, our game should be played between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. We are known for that because we have the physique. But when you push our game much later in the evening, you give our opponent an opportunity. And I think the NFL has to explain that, because looking at the match we went away to play in the Republic, it was played to suit the host. Were we asked to choose the time? No, it is the host that decides when to host and even provide the venue. So it is wrong. There are certain things that we should do beyond kicking the ball in the field. The board game on the table should be played before the final game. So I hope we can be able to qualify, because it would be wrong for us not to be in the United States of America, Mexico and Canada 2026 FIFA World Cup. 6 matches to go.
A whole lot of 6 matches to go, and most of these matches are a must win.
3 home, 3 away.
3 home, 3 away.
Will you beat Bafana away?
Where you couldn't even secure a win in your own home. Well, let's hope that the next coach that comes in would be able to give us that which we are looking for. But if you were to suggest a coach for the NFF now, who is probably foreign, as they are keen to get in, who would you think would fit in and then, help carry the Super Eagles at this dying time?
Well, there are a long list of coaches. I do not know those that have indicated their interest or their availability to be under the payroll of the Nigerian Football Federation. But if you ask me of the quality, there are 3 basic things that we should be going. A coach who understands African football, a coach who has a very good command, a coach who is really to work with our home-based players. What we are saying is that we lack some of these committed players from the professionals. Quote me, we lack. Because if professionals could sit and decide which match to play, it's not good. These boys home are willing and ready to sacrifice for the nation, and that is why we should encourage them. And we do not want a coach who only comes to Nigeria when we want to play matches. For example, we just have our FA Cup. We should have a coach who sits around and monitor and get the best of these players and see how he can combine them with some foreign-based players, not having the entire team foreign, and these players are not committed. So we need a coach who has these 3 basics for the Super Eagles.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Still on the local scene, we are still going to talk about the Federation Cup that just, ended just this past weekend. Were you surprised that Ekelemi Warriors were able to snatch the win from Abia Warriors?
Well, the match has come and gone, but the story, the dust is yet to settle. Some says the penalty wasn't a penalty, but then in football, it has come and gone. They deserve it. That was not the only match they won, to win the trophy.
Yes.
They came a very, very long way. And I think I really want to commend the country football ruling body, that's the NFF. For the prize money. I'm surprised that we have as much as 150 million naira for prize money for the winner of a domestic league in the country. That's a big one. But we hope that when they qualify and fly the nation's flag at the CAF level, they'll be able to make the country proud, because as long we won it, since Enyimba Football Club Aba went to the Confederation of Africa Football and won it back-to-back, 2023 and 2024. Since then, we've not seen any of our team get into the final.
Yes, so Rivers United almost got close, but almost got close, but they got knocked out by the Moroccan side. So
at what stage of the tournament?
The quarterfinal.
Some says it was premature stage.
Well, they did go to the quarterfinals, but they were supposed to put the game to rest over here in Nigeria, in Port Harcourt, but somehow they missed lots of chances, and then they paid for it when they traveled. And
Are you saying that there is home advantage at the CAF level of it? Because if you fail to win home, it's difficult for you to grab point away. Is that what you're saying?
That's just what it literally is, because it's going to be, the home field with lots of fans, lots of advantages. So definitely, like you rightly said, we played in Nigeria here. We like playing in the afternoon. So the match was actually played in the afternoon, which suits the body, the athlete's body system. And then they had opportunities. They scored one goal, and then they kept going, but they just kept missing chances. So when they traveled now, where it didn't suit them, and they played later in the evening, we also what happened. They came back home and couldn't even, finish in the top 5 of the Nigerian Professional League. So still, that being said, let's just move and then take a flight now all the way to Europe, where Euro 2024 is ongoing. And John Terry has this to say. He's actually blabbing and then blasting BBC, because the BBC has been labeled a disgrace by the ex-captain John Terry after using a mocking caption to describe Cristiano Ronaldo missed penalty against Slovenia. Ronaldo was handed the opportunity to score the winning goal during the extra time, but was denied by the goalkeeper Jan Oblak. Moments after the miss, the Portugal captain broke down in tears, prompting teammates to comfort him. However, BBC sparked fury among fans and pundits after mocking captioned a replay of the penalty miss, Cristiano Palo. Terry shared this caption on his Instagram and slammed it as a disgrace, while viewers blast the corruption of being unprofessional, while the attempt at wit appears to be a new move for BBC fans were left unimpressed with what they branded the legend, Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay. Now, it was a very, very dicey match. Very, very dicey. Cristiano Ronaldo's mother, who was watching, was also in tears after the miss, redeemed himself by scoring a penalty in the shootout, where Portuguese goalkeeper Diego Costa made 3 saves and sent his team to the quarter final. So let's say now, was Cristiano the hero of the night or Diego Costa?
I just like the name, the Cristiano. But you see, penalty, when it comes to penalty, the big boys have always been there, not getting it 100%. We saw it in the African Cup of Nations. Samuel Eto'o took his own to the floodlights. Didi Drogba did the same. Onkanu Nwankwo did the same. Let's go out of the Africa continent. Diego Maradona himself has missed World Cup.
A legend.
Lionel Messi has missed World Cup. But that which is on our list today is a man talking about the CR7, a man who has scored all type of goals, and this time around his entire country, Portuguese, were in his shoulders, and all they needed for him was to convert that goal into to give them the desired victory that would have taken them to the next stage of the tournament. But then, what do you expect? The fans are divided. There are fans that will believe that he wasn't the right person to take that kick, but in a team that has Cristiano Ronaldo, he is the commander, he is the engine room. So we hope that they'll put behind this little mistake and look at the positive side of his contribution. And on the platform, talking about the broadcast house, sometimes some emotions, because we are all human, but I don't think they did justice in terms of trying to describe the play by a legend like Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's wait and see his reaction on some of his social media, because I know also he's a player who doesn't take nonsense in the field of play. Will he be taking nonsense after this? Let's see. The fans are reacting, but Cristiano Ronaldo will soon come out to say, does he love that name or he wants to drop the name? His mother, we saw the mother with tears all through.
Yes,
expected.
As expected, because his number, as he always says, his mother is his #1 fan. So Cristiano Ronaldo has, a few words to say to his fans. But before we get into those words that he said to his fan, I would want you to take a watch of those penalty kicks that were taken after the 120th minutes that were played. Do stay with us. We'll be right back after this. Yes, finally, Portuguese, Cristiano Ronaldo, they all had the last laugh after the whole penalty. Diego Costa was the man, and then he saved 3, not just by punching or kicking off with his foot. He caught those balls. Look at what Cristiano Ronaldo had to share with his fans. Cristiano Ronaldo shared 9 words message to his fans. Cristiano Ronaldo posted on a 9-word update on his social media at an eventful night at Euro 2024 that saw Portugal scrap through to the quarterfinals after beating Slovenia in penalty shootout. The 39-year-old is still without a European Championship goal to his name, but it wasn't lack of trying, as he made numerous attempts to break the deadlock. Cristiano Ronaldo denied several times by Slovenian goalkeeper Job Oblak, and eventually was left in tears as the penalty in extra time was saved. Portugal captain wasted a golden chance to take the lead in this last 16th tie during extra time, but watched as his penalty was aggressively saved by Atletico Madrid shot stopper. A tearful episode immediately followed. The Manchester United fullback Diego Dalot, among the Portuguese players, attempted to comfort Ronaldo. So his message was that he's going to keep going, and then he's going to get a goal, and then they would see how they'll scale through and win the championship. That's just what Ronaldo was saying. But do you think age is catching up with Cristiano Ronaldo?
Cristiano Ronaldo is like every other player. We saw it from the legend himself, Pele. We saw it from Diego Maradona. Of course, age is that you can run away. Even from the level of his celebration when he gets it right, it's quite different from what we used to see when he was a player in the Spanish La Liga. But I think he has done so much work, and I think it's high time for him to take a bow when the ovation is very, very high.
Yes, when we take a bow, because a whole lot of persons are saying his age is actually contributing to that. But he's of the key goal of saying that he wants to play with his son. Do you think that is going to happen anytime soon?
We saw great players who did that. The former president of Liberia, George Opongwe, and his son. Of course, Abedi Pele also had some moment like that. We are also hoping that our own Papilo will be having it. But at what age and which competition will you actually be part of it? I think Cristiano Ronaldo should do something for his country, Portugal, and then come home with this year's edition of the trophy. If he does that, then we will say he has made history like some of these great players who are yet to win at their local side. But it's a player at any time, give it to Cristiano Ronaldo and he will make history. We look forward to his own son coming to take perhaps his father's jersey. Would that be possible?
Well,
let's see.
Well, he wears number 7 like his father does. So let's
and
see.
he looks like his father.
He do, and his work ethics at his age is really, really very, very tedious. He does the same workout sections with his father. Still on that, just like Cristiano Ronaldo is saying, his dream is to play in the same team with his son. Someone else is living that dream already. If you're wondering who that person is, now we are moving away for just a few seconds from the world of football, and then we are moving in straight to basketball, where LeBron James is going to be on the same team. Yes, if you're wondering what team it is, the Lakers. Bronny James Jr. That.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung and Emil Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and a repeat every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.
Get a shot in, squares it, into the back.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on Global Television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk sports with the king of sports, Anthony Momodu. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
Oh, that goal! Beautiful work from the wingers!
Hello
children, gather around, let me tell you a story. Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the desk on Global Television?
Nigeria. Come join Anthony Momadou on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are definitely,
Can we not say both of them?
because
that this country gets it right.
It's the Dex on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentary.
Many thanks for staying with us, and sorry for that quick technical break. And before we went on the break, I was really trying to move a bit for like 2, 3, 4, 10 seconds of football, where I was trying to tell you that LeBron James' son got drafted at the 55th pick to play for the Lakers. And guess what? LeBron James is still playing for the Lakers. What else is LeBron James trying to do? LeBron James is trying to poach Klay Thompson to the Lakers. And he's even saying he's going to take a pay cut if the management of Lakers would get him Klay Thompson and DeMar DeRozan. So that is that fresh update, just in case you've not heard or you've not gotten that information. That's a fresh update coming up fresh from the NBA. But guess what? Klay Thompson decided to play with the Mavericks. So he favors Kyrie and Luka better than LeBron James and the entire Lakers team. So LeBron, you just deal with your son and see how far you go in the next season. So we are back now to Euros, where France defeated Belgium 1-0 in an on goal. The French, in their print strips design kits, are the highest of the chic elegance, and you might suppose among the cinephiles of the tournament. The evidence of it proving rather hard to find. 2 on goals and a penalty have taken them to the quarterfinals, and will still look for an end result to go with an counter-attack pace, which they are set to exploit. Progress is all that matters somewhere along the line. Perhaps in that last 8 games against Portugal or Slovenia in Hamburg on Friday, we will probably see Kylian Mbappe, captain and a Real Madrid player, as of Monday, delivering his own unique imprint on things. But if it hasn't happened yet, it would help if he were not reduced to chasing down blind alleys. So now, were you surprised of France knocking out Belgium?
The Blues, I would like to say merci beaucoup. The Blues is the team at all time. They narrowly lost the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, and they won at home soil in 1998, and that was the biggest. But I love the team because I like there is a color in the Blues that I like. I like the black skin that I see, the black players who are representing Africa there. So I liked it, and of course it was a good game. The Blues are hoping that perhaps they can put aside the narrow defeat in the World Cup against Argentina and have a reason to celebrate with their fans. So we see a bigger match as they stroll into the quarterfinals of the ongoing Europe 2024.
Yes,
it's a big game.
It was a very big game against Belgium. They had to battle people like De Bruyne. We have what was his name again? The former striker of Chelsea. I'll get the name back. Let's move on and talk about Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe celebrates with his teammates. Kylian Mbappe celebrates in front of John Vanton after the Belgian defender scored a defensive late on goal against France Yeah, he helped France qualify. DJ Chambers men's booked their place in the quarterfinals of Euro 2024 with a 1-0 victory against the Red Devils. That's what the Belgian guys are being called. Van ten Hag was the unlucky player as he found the back of his own net with 5 minutes remaining on the clock, and Mbappe rubbed salt in the wounds of the former Tottenham defender as he ran straight to him and shouted words in Belgian direction. The former PSG star from the receiving stand warming from the referee and immediately protested. So now they had a really tough tackle. The Jar did not give Kylian Mbappe space to breathe at all. So when he was the one that now scored the own goal, it was more like a victory for Kylian Mbappe, a personal victory, not just for the team, because this man that has been on my case all night is the one now that is helping me qualify. So do you think that was like a fair play, or he was just being, petty?
It wasn't a good moment for the opponent of France, and I want to comment on Mbappe's energy. I thought with the mass, it would serve as a distraction to him. But he had come out all forced to show that the Blues are actually going in for something bigger. An on goal is quite unfortunate moment as far as sport is concerned. And when that happened, it gives a big blow to the team. I wish one day we can look at on goal to say it should look like a replay, but it has come and gone. And so France are through to the next stage. But it was a very, very good game. The Belgians gave a good account of themselves, but of course that was not the intention of the player who found the back of his own net.
Yes, still talking Euro 2024. England stars are using criticism of their own Euro 2024 performance. England has not been so keen and they've not been performing so well, like someone rightly said.
When was the last time the Three Lions won
Three Lions. Yet it's been ages. But what can we say is the problem with the Three Lions now? They have superb qualities on that team, but still, should we blame the coach? Because at some point the players
let me ask you a question, if I can. What's the problem of Nigeria team? When you have these stars and you don't have a team, it's the same thing that's happening to Nigeria. It's the same thing that's happening to the Three Lions of England.
Yes, looking at it now, England players are using their hostility towards their Euro 2024 performance to further the siege of mentality inside the camp. Some players have become so consumed with the way that they are judged by critics and fans that proving their dictators wrong in now a source of motivation. They have become so fascinated that some of them are now receiving that even traditional playing rating by media outlets with marked individuals from 1 to 10 and are more under increasing sanity. Similarly, head coach Gareth Southgate spoke to players ahead of Sunday's 2-1 win over Slovakia about the way their opposition have said their team spirit was superior to England's. Southgate's side have been heavily criticized for their performance despite reaching the quarterfinals, where they will face Switzerland. Well, they faced Switzerland and then they scaled through on Saturday, 2-1 victory. But now, the England players, some of them have come out to complain. Players like Phil Foden have come out to complain that he's not playing in his natural positions. That's why he has not been performing so well. And Harry Kane, England have scored a total of 4 goals in this competition. And it's looking as if the coach is making wrong decisions by not playing these players in the right positions where they always play. Do you think that is a problem for England?
England has a problem as far as selection is concerned. England is doing very well as far as club sides are concerned. England is providing the best facilities for the best professional football, but that has not translated to Three Lions. That has not given them the best of it. And of course, the likes of Rooney did all they could to ensure that they have something to celebrate. But it has always been a challenge of getting the best 11 that will fly. Just like what we have in Nigeria, we have individual players who are doing very well in their various club sides. But when they come down under one umbrella of the Super Eagles, we're finding it quite difficult. And that is what they call surplus and demand. So it takes a coach who truly knows his game to have some spiritual touches, if you want to ask me, of course, that will enable you pick the best of players, because England should have been winning all these tournaments because they have all the facilities, they have the players, and they also have the media, which is giving them all the publicity
that they need. Yes, talking about all the players, even the ones that they took away from Africa's players that they stole from Nigeria, obviously Bukola Saka, Kobe Mano that they took away from Ghana, that's just there are so many more, but we would just, even people like Dele Alli. So let's not just get into that conversation right now. But England have all the quality, like Clinton rightly said. So England is there and they are meant to be winning all their matches. But that being said, let's see what is happening still in England. England stars are treated with a private El Sharan concert. England stars were treated to a private performance by El Shaddai as they enjoyed some downtime in their Euro 2024 campaign. The singing sensation was filmed performing a radiation of a team for the squad and staff after a warm-down section on Monday. Gareth Southgate stars are preparing for a quarter-final clash against either Portugal this weekend, with their campaign having been less than the perfect so far. Shaddai is sponsor of Ipswich Town, who is worth 300 million according to Sunday Times rich list. He has visited the England squad in the past. The 33-year-old who has been attending England matches this tournament has paid them a personal visit at Euro 2020 ahead of their final at Euro 2024 rather, against their next match against Italy. So is this sudden, like you've not won the trophy, you're struggling to win matches, and now you're partying already? Is this party soon, too early, or it's something the team needs right now for team bonding so they can go and perform despite all what the critics are saying?
That is the spirit of sportsmanship that we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
That is the encouragement that fans need to give a team.
Mm-hmm.
That is the spirit that that is the spirit of sponsor, that is the spirit of lover of football.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you see, that keeps the flame of unity upgoing. It might not be at the peak of it, but there is an element of encouragement from the fans when they gather to celebrate. It gives them a certain morale of excellence, and that is where we are seeing. Have they won the matches, there would have been more than this and more to come. But this is some level of encouragement. Unlike here in Africa, and unlike what we saw at the World Cup qualifier for the Qatar World Cup between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the visitors from Ghana, where we not only lost the ticket to participate in the FIFA World Cup, and the entire stadium of Abuja went on fire, and they were even fined. Those are not quality of sportsmanship. Quality of sportsmanship, at any point in time, the fans should be celebrating, because sport is unity and not talk of war.
Okay, let's still talk about one special player who has literally been the one that seemed to be waiting for England, wanting to carry the team on his back, who is a Galactico who plays with professional football with Real Madrid. Yes, you know who I'm talking about right now, Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham now is on the news, and he is under investigation. The 20-year-old Jude Bellingham is under an investigation for a potential violation of a basic rule of decent conduct and faces a possible ban after made a solemnly crude gesture following his dramatic sequence against Slovakia on Sunday night. He made an X-rated gesture, so X-rated, so X-rated. UEFA has launched a disciplinary probe claimed that the England has directed his gesture towards the Slovakian bench in Gorosake. The player himself was quick to take to social media to point out that it was a joke aimed towards close friends who were in the stands. Now he's trying to play defensive already. You're an attacker, you play number 10. Now why are you looking to play 5 and 6? So do you think he made an X-rate? He scored a very beautiful goal, towards the dying minutes that helped his team got a 1-1 draw and forced them into the extra times. Do you think he was super excited, or the gesture he made was just, to rub it on the face of the Slovakians bench and coach that, yes, I'm still right here and we are not going anywhere?
No, of course, in football, we have what we call provocative signs. But this one, he has made it clear. Of course, who knows? Perhaps his boyfriend or his girlfriend was somewhere at the stand, and then he indicated a move which shows to send some signal. And of course, once beaten, you can't stop anyone from crying. I do not think he meant to disrespect, he meant to provoke the bench of the opponent side. Of course, you expect players to have some level of celebration after scoring or after their team being crowned victory. I do not think so. But let's hope and say that the wise men from the UEFA board will be able to see and look at the difference. He has already come out to say, no, it wasn't targeted to anyone, but of course to one of my friends who was at the stand. So they will be able to look at the footage and find out who was at the stand, and then this will go straight. But I do not want players who play in the field and also attract certain punishment away from the field of play. That doesn't speak well of them. We normally, in Africa, we had a player like Alhaji Diop, you know him.
Yes.
Diop will play in the field of play, and then, of course, also play at, that will also attract. Away from Diop, we also have a coach who is always either is being fined, of course, talking about the special one at all time. So some of these players, some of these actors have a way of keeping the media on them and sometimes at the negative side. But let's hope if he can scale through the hook of the UEFA.
Yes, talking about the media age, so everybody wants to be at the limelight. If you're a Manchester United fan, get your coins ready. Manchester United launched new Busy Bee jerseys. Yes, the next jerseys for the next season has been launched. Manchester United have launched their new home kits ahead of 2024-2025 Premier League season. The Red Devils are looking to bounce back from their worst ever Premier League finish last season as they enter their first full campaign under the leadership of Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe. Jimmy Ratcliffe opted to give manager Erik ten Hag a chance to put things right as he opted not to swap managers with the Dutchman set to lead the club into another year to rebuild. Of their rebuild, they will do so in a new strip, which is collaboration and with Adidas is said to have taken design skill from basic shirts worn by the Busy Bees. What do you think about these jerseys?
The Red Devil are coming red.
You're super smiling. Are you a Manchester United fan?
Well, I love the team. I love the team, but I'm here to finally make up. I'm a true footballer. If you ask me at home, if you ask me at home, I'll tell you which is my best club in Nigeria.
Okay.
But for England, I follow them because it's just football. But I think the Red Devil, as they are known, are preparing for the season, and there's nothing bad to have a new jersey. What should interest some of their fans is looking at the open window. How many professionals have been dragged into it? And I hope they have been able to settle their issue with the Cameroonian goalkeeper, who seems to be one of the best. I hope this time around Onana will be superb for the Red Devil as they go in with a new jersey, hoping that something good will come their way. They came very close in the English Premier League.
Yes, they did.
Very, very close.
Very close.
But
you know,
unfortunately,
they actually had a good laugh, despite not doing so well in the Premier League. They were still able to secure the FA Cup and knocking down the Giants, Manchester City. So kudos to them. And then that was not so good for us Chelsea fans as they knocked us out of Champions League without us even playing a match. We thought we've won, and then we were home sleeping just to wake up to see.
When you say we, who are you referring to?
I'm talking about Chelsea fans.
The Blues.
The Blues. So yes, the Blues in England now, not the Blues in France, Paris. Now we want to talk about one last man because time is running away from our side. He's not having a good time with Finidi George. Yes, and this man is also being wanted by a whole lot of things. He was being wanted by, not wanted for crime, but wanted for his potentials and the fact that he is very, very deadly when he comes one-on-one with the goalkeeper, or he is a threat to defenders. Which man am I talking about? The man that
also a threat to coaches?
Yes, we hope he's not a threat to coaches. I'm talking about this man that Arsenal wants him, Manchester United wants him, Chelsea wants him, PSG wants him. Everybody wanted one man. Yes, I'm talking about Victor Osimhen. Now, Arsenal have returned to Osimhen after the fee is being slashed. According to Italian sports, Premier League giants Arsenal are preparing to make an offer for Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen after Napoli reduced their asking price. The Gunners, who will finish as a runner-up in the 2023-2024 Premier League season. Yes, Arsenal always waits for next season, more like a seasonal movie. Let's play football. Arsenal try to win a trophy. When last did you win trophies for Arsenal fans? Yes, I'm coming at you hard this time. You guys haven't won a trophy. And do you have money to spend for Victor Osimhen? Because he is what money. So the Premier League season, we're so ready to negotiate with the former
So I will not allow you to go further. Although I'm not a fan of the Gunners, but I think they did better than your club, and they just completed 2023-2024 season.
Okay.
Narrowly, they lost to Man City.
Yes.
But Chelsea were not found in the top 3. Were they?
Well, we'll take that as a charm, but for us, wanting to remain, we don't always wait for next season. If we come that close, we are sure we are going to get that trophy. We won't give away any points cheaply. So
how close were you?
We weren't so close because
we
had
at a distance.
we were at a distance.
Give it up to Arsenal. Give it up to Arsenal, who had to play the last game and hoping that Man City dropped a point. But unfortunately, City has a tradition of always smiling home with the trophy. Back-to-back, a record of 5 times. Where's Chelsea?
Well, Chelsea is resting though. We're just letting the newbies have it for now. So yes, so we're hoping. We actually hoped for Arsenal. Maybe Arsenal came to us and like, Chelsea, please help us so we can. So we gave them advice, but they didn't take it. So we are more experienced. But
was the advice useful to you?
Well, for me, it was useful for us, but we decided to just let's see what you can do. But at the end of the day, they decided to come second. Well, it's a development and an improvement from them because they are usually either 5th or 4th, but now they came to second. That means at the end of the day, looking at the flip side, yes, massive improvement. At the flip side,
I must give it up to Gunners. They did very well. Massive improvement. In fact, even up to the last match, some of us were thinking perhaps Arsenal will have a reason to celebrate this season.
Yes,
haven't done perfectly. They climb up, they drop a point. They climb up, they drop a point. Consistency, they were there.
Yes. Do you think Victor Osimhen is going to fit in perfectly in Arsenal?
Well, I see Osimhen as a striker who is not afraid of anybody. I see Osimhen, if he comes to Arsenal, of course, what do we expect him from Arsenal is to give Arsenal the trophy. Arsenal is already a good team. They are playing good football. So the impact it will make is to give them the trophy. I think he will fit very well in Arsenal. It's such a young team.
Yes, a very young team, and he's also young, 25. So on today's edition,